everyone, welcome back to Heather's Crafty Classroom. Today we're trying out a new setup. We'll see how this goes. All right. But we are going to start making another mini album. We're going to make it into a little series. It's an album that measures about 8.5 by 8.5. And I think I made this vine about 2.5. So we'll have to see. I already cut everything, pre-did everything. So let's get started. All right. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is make our cover. Okay, so I pre-cut my chipboard to 8.5. You can see it up here, 8.5 square. Okay, 8.5, and then the spine is, I was right, 2.5. So we have that, and then this is what we're going to cover it with, and we're just going to need to glue these two together to make one big ginormous sheet of paper big enough to cover the whole album. And I didn't put any tape down ahead of time. I'm so sorry. Usually I do. That's okay. You guys can watch me glue. Okay. I'm struggling already. It's going to be one of those videos. Let's see, I didn't get this straight, so we're just going to push this over so it's not sticking out. And then what I like to do is kind of put that down and put this over it so it's kind of straight. Now today, in my stash, I found this brand new pack of paper that is 100 pound. So it's a little more difficult to wrap the chipboard, but it's totally doable. So we'll see how that goes. So what I do is I put score tape around all 4 sides on both pieces, and then I usually do one down diagonal. So let's do the other one. I'm going to go all 4 sides. I know some people use it to cover. I don't see a big difference to cover the whole piece. So I opt to do this instead. And this has been working for me. I've been doing this part this way for years. So all 4 sides and then diagonal across. Just so you don't get any puckering or anything. And then with the spine, I try to put several going down. And then maybe like 3 more. And 1 more down the middle. Okay. So our first piece, let's lay it out. So I make sure, always want to make sure that your join, with my 2 joins, are not where it's going to bend. So you can see here, my join is right here. So I'm going to put that spine piece will be there perfectly. Okay. So let's go ahead and peel off our score tape. Maybe I need to get my knife back out. Sometimes it's easier with a sharp edge and not my nails. Okay, how's everybody doing? It's super hot here today. It's been super hot for days. We're all over this crazy over 100-degree weather. Okay. And then now this one. So do you guys like my new camera setup? I don't know. My camera looks a little wonky. Technical term. But I'm having issues using my phone all the time. So we're going to give this a try and see how it goes. So this one you want to leave about 1/4 inch. It won't crack if you do that. If you make it smaller, your paper will crack when you go to wrap it. And that is not good. Then in my eyes, I throw it away and I start over. So trying really hard to leave that 1/4 of an inch. I think the book moves better. Okay. And then the last piece, 1/4 of an inch or so, right about there. And see, this has a little extra, so I am going to cut that off. It looks a little too long to me. Normally, I like about an inch all the way around. So I'm just going to cut some of this off. Doesn't have to be exact. That's the best part. Okay. Now I need my corner tool and a pencil. This is my corner tool. I've had it for quite a long time. And it just gives me a nice little edge right here. So when you wrap it, it covers the chipboard really well and doesn't have too much bulk. And this I got on a website, a good, like I said, probably 10 years ago. Let me see. On here it says, I don't know if you can see that, perfecttrimruler.com, 2012. That's probably about when I got it. Okay, and then we're just going to cut off those corners. And 2 more. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just a guideline. All right, more score tape. I know a lot of people have been using, it's like a knockoff, and it's from scrapbook.com for score tape. I think I might order it and see. I think it's a little cheaper. I'm all for cheaper, but then you have to pay for shipping, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, and we're going to do it here. So my best friend turned 50 a couple weeks ago. She had a big party last weekend. So I thought it'd be really cool to make her an album. So that's what this is going to be. And her colors were black and white and gold. So I did a black album, but then I have to find some paper still. I bought some on Etsy and printed some out that was 50 specific, but I need some other ones to go with it because I can't just do that. All right, so now I'm just going to bend it. Bend this over, but then I put it on my table and bend it so it gets moving, especially this really thick paper. It tends to be really hard to fold without cracking. You just got to be gentle with it. All right. So now I'm going to peel off the score tape, maybe. Let's find my knife. I'm having trouble. There we go. And then I'm going to fold it one more time and cross it, push it back, and press down really good. Okay, now I'm going to take my bone folder and put it down real good. Make sure those edges are really crisp. All right, now we're going to do the other side. I always do the long sides first. Always. I don't know. I think it just looks better. It works out better. So I always do the long sides first and then the short sides. Okay, and then we're gonna pick it up and bend it over one more time and push down. And then I always crease it on this side. I don't know why, I just do. Push it down and crease really well. Okay, so now we're gonna work on these edges. Okay, I need to bend this a little bit. Okay, so now these corners need to be pushed in. So I use my bone folder and just bend them in a little bit and push them in. All right, so this one, push in and push down. And on these edges, I always use a little art glitter glue to help get them to stay because of this whole edge right here. I think it just works out better. And I did not bend them first. I just realized. So this should be funny. Oh no. Love-hate relationship with art glitter glue. Okay. Might help if I put the pin in. There we go. And then, oh, I gotta bend it. I didn't bend it on the table before I put the glue. So just kind of quietly, gently, I mean, pushing it in. Okay. That looks pretty good. I know I got glue on the outside right there, but that's okay. It's going to be covered. All right, so this one we are going to bend this over before I take off the glue. So it'll come out a little easier. But I do need to bend in those little corners. So we're going to push this in. And then down here. And add a little art glitter glue. Just on these edges. I always put a little, but edges are main. You want to make sure it's securely closed up. Okay. There we go. All right. So, I already bent these pretty good. There's our book. It's a big one. I love making big ones. They're just a little more time consuming. All right. Stay there, book. All right. So next we're going to work on the spine. So the spine measures, spine piece, 11.5 by 8. Okay. And I'm going to go over, I already scored mine, but I'm going to go over all the score marks with you so you can write them down. I'll try to put them in the description for you as well because there is a lot. We're going to do a little different. All right. So I did 2. I always start with 2. I don't know why. And then we're going to do, you'll see. So I did 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, and 3 1/2, 4, 4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5 1/4, and 5 1/2. All right. It's a lot. And then we go to 6, 6 1/4. We go to 6 3/4, 7 1/4, 7 1/2, 8, 8 1/4, 8 3/4, 9 1/4, 9 1/2. I will write those all in the description for you all. Okay, that was a lot. But that's our crazy. Can't even see them. That's our crazy. Oh, there you can see them a lot. There's a lot of score lines. Alrighty. So I've already added some of my score tape on the back. So let's get started folding. So I go through and I fold each one of these and I crease it. I make sure it's straight and I crease it with my bone folder. And then I go to the next one and the next one. The quarters can be a little fiddly, but it's going to be worth it. It'll make the book lie flatter at the end. All right. So we're going to this one. And then this one. Oh, did I skip one? I did. Okay. It's going to take me a few minutes. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, little 1/4-inch one. Like I said, they're a little fiddly. You got to make sure your paper's straight. It'll go really wonky, really easy with those 1/4-inchers. Okay, let me flip it around and do it. Okay. I'll show you where I put all that score tape too. I just did it to try to make my life a little easier, a little faster on my video. All right. Okay, here's a 1/4. Almost done. Almost done. And one more after this. And a little 1/4. I think I got them all. I could have skipped one. Okay. So now, down here, I have a 1/4 and a 1/2, right? Spaces. And the next two are a 1/2 and a 1/4. So I'm going to fold in between the two halves. So the 1/2 and the 1/4 here adhere to the 1/2 and the 1/4 here. And I hope that makes sense. So that way, flip this over, I have a little fin that sticks up that has 1/2 inch and then a 1/4. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope so. I think I explained that pretty well. So we're going to do that to the next 3 as well. So this is my 1/2 inch space and this is my 1/4. And then I'm going to adhere them. So 1/2 inch and 1/4. I'm going to mirror them to this 1/2 inch and 1/4. Okay. And let's score that down. This one is the same. This is my 1/4 and my 1/2. 1/2 and 1/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/4. Score tape is super sticky. Sticking to my fingers like crazy. Ooh. Okay. And then next, last but not least, this is a 1/2 and a 1/4, and this is a 1/2 and a 1/4. So I'm just going to marry them together. Okay. So I just turn these each way and get them folded really good so they will hold our book in place super well. Okay, see? And now we have our little page, what are these called? Hinges for our pages to slide on. Okay, and I'll explain to you why we have 1/2 inch and 1/4 on each one when we put the book together. All right, so next we have to cover this with as much glue as possible. This is what's going to hold our pages in our book, right? So this is the back side. And I try to put score tape a lot. This is where I don't skimp. So I do each edge. And then these edges as well. Push them on there real good. And then I put them on each one of these all the way through the middle. I figure this is what's holding our book together, because without the pages, we don't really have a book. So I put as much as I can through all the little spine pieces. And one more. And then here I'll put like maybe 2. Told you, this is where I use, these books use a lot of score tape. But I think they're so much fun to make. Okay. So that's all on there. And we are going to glue this inside our book. Okay. So this is 1/2 inch smaller than our page. So our pages are 8.5. I'm sorry, our book is 8.5. And our pages are going to be 8. So we want roughly 1/4 inch here and here. And then we want it centered on the spine. So this is where my spine ends. So that actually looks pretty good right about there. And what I do is I put a line and then I put like an X or something so I know where to line this back up when I take it off. So I'm going to take it off and peel off all this score tape. And that way I know exactly where I want to put it back. Does that make sense? Because lining it up first without marking it kind of seems useless. You have to know where to put it back. Ooh, why won't this come up? So I hope everybody's having a good day today. So this will be, the book will be the first video. After this, I got one more step, and then the next video will make pages. How's that sound? I'm going to do some fun stuff too, some pop-ups. I think it'll be fun. It'll make her book more interesting. I mean, I love a book, but making the pop-ups is just like a wow factor. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to flip it over. See, I wouldn't have, there's my X. I totally had it backwards. So I'm going to line up my X and my line right about there and push it down as I go. And then I'll burnish it with my foam folder. Okay. And now we lost our crease for our spine, so we got to gently fold that again. And I tend to run my foam folder down it get that crease really good because I know there's score tape in there now. And the same thing here. And bend it slowly. And that's it. Okay. The last thing to finish these off are, let me see if I can find them over here in my pile, is the pieces that go here. And that's just to finish off the inside nice and neat. And I'm just going, maybe I should put some score tape. Because I'm going to probably put something on these. So let's put a little score tape and then we'll put glue in the middle. That sounds like a good idea. And these pieces do measure, I wrote it here, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So they're just two pieces the same. Okay. I know. Are you guys tired of seeing me put score tape on everything? I'm tired of showing you score tape on everything. Okay. Where'd my knife go? Here it is. I'm so excited. Today's Labor Day. And I have tomorrow off. It is my anniversary. So Joe and I both took the day off. We were supposed to be in Vegas and that didn't happen. But at least we get the day off tomorrow. Go to Vegas another time. Okay. And then I'm just going to center it best I can. Right there. And press it all down. We don't want any of this brown paper showing. So whenever I go to crops, I go to crops with people that do creative memories. And inside every paper pack, and is it the pages too of creative memories? I can't remember. They have really nice pieces of chipboard. So everybody from the retreats saved me the chipboard. So now they can see this is how I make a book with all that awesome chipboard from the Creative Memories paper packets. So I haven't bought chipboard in years, probably 5 or 6 years, which is nice. Because this is stored with scrapbook paper, so we all know it's acid-free. It's really nice. It's perfect. All right, so the inside of our book is done. That's what I call a basic book. Nothing fancy, but it's going to be awesome when we're all done. All right, so in the next video, we will make some pages, okay? So we'll make some pages and do some awesome pop-ups and stuff like that, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you. Like always, please, 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 please like and subscribe my videos. I'm trying to build my channel and I'm having so much fun doing it. All right, thank you so much. You guys have a great day. Stay cool out there. It's 104 here today. Bye.